The aim of today is to encourage members of the public to build their own wearable devices that visualise data based on different forms of movement, and it's types of movement that aren't actually traditionally associated with a lot of wearable trackers that are around at the moment. So today people are building sensors that can measure pressure and measure physical movement from stretching, and then they can visualise these outputs and then they can create t-shirts at the end.
We're basically building some sensors from scratch to do pressure and stretch, sensors that are kind of knitted or kind of sort of wearable sensors, so you can put them into clothing, things like that, and then connecting them to little tiny microbit computers which can then gather that data, and then we're using some software called processing to visualise that and kind of see what the data looks like.
Instead of giving sort of numbers of data, we're looking at making visual interpretations of the data so that people get sort of an instant visual feedback, and sort of looking at different sort of creative ways of exploring health data.
People will learn how to use everyday items and simple processes like microbits, and they'll be able to put together sensors that they'll be able to go away and use the same sort of software which is freely available that they can download and put together some pretty representations of data.
They're going to use a sublimation printer and then a heat press to transfer that image onto a t-shirt, or they can do it onto a mug. So they'll have something to take away that's like a snapshot of health data. So it's a snapshot of pressure sensor from walking or from stretch on a part of the body.
The aim today was to try and show people from beginning to end the process of making like a finished product, like a t-shirt or a mug. So we showed them like literally how to put together the circuit that measures the sensor input. Then we showed them how to write the code that reads that, and then we showed them literally how to write the code that makes the visualization. So they could see from the beginning like something very, very tactile, like pressing a sensor and like literally the force making a change, all the way through to like actually having a t-shirt with the thing printed on it. Which is a thing people don't often get to see, like the whole process, and feel like they've made every single step of that.
Hopefully people take away a set of new skills. So for some people it's the first time they've ever done any programming or they've ever built any kind of sensor-based device from scratch. But also to kind of encourage a bit of curiosity and creativity about how we might approach some of these health challenges in the future.
There's all these electronic devices and things that we have and we carry around with us, and it's nice just to kind of demystify that a bit, let people just get a bit of an understanding of what's under the hood, and that they could actually potentially kind of play around with that. Like, it's not just something for experts to do.
What I've learned today is a bit about wearable technology and how it might be used in the environment and how it can be applied in lots of different arenas.
From start to finish, it was full on and learning something and trying different things. So it was a full day.
I've enjoyed today a lot, it's been really fun. I've met some interesting people and learned something new about electronics that I never thought I would learn.
And I most enjoyed achieving a little bit of technology that I've never done before.
Over the next couple of years I would like to see more people trying this that wouldn't have tried it before because they think it's too hard. Because they'll actually find it's kind of easy and it's kind of fun once you've started.
So obviously the GetAMoveOn network aims to encourage mobility through technology, and this workshop kind of takes a kind of slightly left field approach because it's actually getting members of the public and artists to think carefully about how we can generate data from these sort of wearable devices that aim to encourage people to become more physically active. So it's a bit kind of out-the-box thinking. Rather than focusing on things like step counts and heart rate, this is looking at how patterns of movement can be visualised in very different ways.